Today, I'm hosting the Euros, but every nation has an icon as their team captain, which means we'll see the likes of Cruyff, Baggio, Zidane, and many more return to lead their country. I've simulated the group stage, and this is what it looks like. Gerd Muller and Germany top Group A, with Switzerland finishing right behind them with an identical record. In Group B, it's Spain that claims the top spot, while the defending champions Italy finish right behind them. Group C has its first surprise as Slovenia comes in second place, with the tournament favorites England finishing right above them with 7 points. However, the biggest surprise comes in Group D as Poland takes the second spot, and with France finishing above them, that leaves the Netherlands in third place, but they might still be able to qualify. Moving on to Group E, it's Ukraine who finishes first, followed closely by Belgium, and finally Portugal are the only undefeated team in the tournament, topping Group F, followed by the Czech Republic. Scotland, Denmark, Croatia, and Netherlands are the third place teams moving on. And there's one final thing that I need to mention. One new icon will join the starting 11 after each round, so teams will only keep getting better throughout the Euros. And for the teams with no icons, they'll have one player turn into prime form.
Thank you, Matt, and welcome everyone to the round of 16. Beside me, as always, is Stuart Robson, and we currently have Scotland taking on Germany.
Unfortunately for Scotland, they would get completely outclassed, conceding 4 goals in this game.
You could say Scotland came all the way here for nothing.
I see what you did there, Stuart. Matt, what's happening in the Belgium game?
Well, Belgium has just beaten the Czech Republic in penalties, but they have to thank Courtois for getting them there, because if not for this save in the 92nd minute, they would already be on the next flight home.
In our next round of 16 match, we have Croatia versus Spain, and Mandzukic would give Croatia an early 1-0 lead.
However, that's as far as it goes for Croatia, because from that point onwards, Spain would go on to score 3 consecutive goals. And just like Croatia, it's the end of the road for Slovenia, who fall to Switzerland, and for Poland as well, who after leading for 70 minutes, would concede twice in the final 15. Before we get to France versus Netherlands, Portugal are trailing for the first time in the tournament. However, despite their best efforts, they aren't able to level the game, and Totti gives Italy the insurance goal needed to progress into the quarterfinals. Netherlands, however, will not be progressing as they suffer another heavy defeat to France, who put in 4 goals past them. And finally, England qualified for the next round after beating Denmark, and it's Saka who plays the hero in that game.
That concludes the round of 16, and we now know the quarter-final matchups.
Fernando Torres has joined the starting 11 for Spain, and although Switzerland are the underdogs in this matchup, they're looking to spoil his return, and they would impose themselves early into this game. Okafor is too fast. They're not going to catch up to him. Okafor! It's 1-0 Switzerland. It took Spain a little bit of time to settle in, but eventually they would find the equalizer. Pedri, it's 1-1. If that's not the most typical Spain goal, I don't know what is. Switzerland were a little bit shaken up after that goal. Oh my god, I didn't even see Pedro Porro was there. He has Torres in the box. Decides not to cross. Support coming. Pedro Porro, what was that? I am actually shook right now. That is one of the best goals of the tournament so far. As of that moment, Switzerland would fall apart, conceding a 3rd goal to Iniesta, and Fernando Torres would add 1 as well. And that is the game. 4-1. They're moving on to the semifinals. The start was a little bit shaky, but they pulled it together.
Spain will be playing against the winner of this game, which feature Thierry Henry and Philippe Lahm in the starting 11.
France came very close to scoring, and now they have a corner. Are we going to see the first goal of the game? How do they play it? They play it short. Dembele with the ball, crosses it in, into Vieira. 1-0 France. I wasn't familiar with your game, Vieira. I didn't know you had that in you. Germany's best chance would come at the end of the first half, and they'll be disappointed not to have scored because Mbappe would double France's lead at the 57th minute. Germany still have time to make the comeback, but it's going to be difficult. Zizou, what are you doing? Oh no. Oh no. This was not part of the script. Oh my god, it's a red card. It didn't look like a red card at first. I still can't believe it. Up 2-0 and you do that? That's crazy. And with the man advantage, Germany would do absolutely nothing, which means it's the end of the road for them.
Our next round of 16 matchup is Italy versus Belgium.
Belgium's backline would be tested in this game because Italy has been one of the best attacking teams in the tournament, and they would put that on display early into the game. You cannot get a better start than that. Come on. And right before halftime, Italy has the opportunity to double their lead. How much extra time are we getting here, by the way? Chiesa into Totti. Is he gonna shoot? No. Baggio. Don't pass back. Ref? Ref. Still playing. Somehow, Barella, Chiesa, into Totti. Baggio? 2-0 Italy. What is going on right now? 1 minute of added time, and we're in the 50th minute. I don't know, someone needs to investigate the ref. Belgium now has 15 minutes to fix their issues, but unfortunately, it would only get worse as they would go on to concede not once, not twice, but 3 more times.
Welcome everyone to Wembley Stadium as Ukraine takes on England in tonight's quarter-final matchup.
Ukraine has been the surprise of the tournament so far, and they have no issues being underdogs.
These lads don't stand a chance.
But this time they were up against a much better opponent. That's a good start from England. Ukraine are not the easiest team to break down. Ukraine had a few good opportunities to grab an equalizer, but Pickford is not giving them anything. Nope, they are not getting past them today. Despite conceding an early goal, Ukraine were a hard team to break down, but England would eventually score the insurance goal they were looking for. Unless I've just jinxed it, this game is over. Well, almost over. Rooney would add his name to the score sheet, and with a 3-0 victory, they've booked themselves a trip to Italy for a rematch of the 2020 Euro Finals. But before we get to that game, Spain are taking on France without Zidane, who's serving his red card suspension. And Spain wasted no time at all, almost taking the lead very early on. That is an unbelievable save by Mike. But now they find themselves on the wrong end of a counterattack. Hold on a second, I don't think Spain catches up to Ribery here. Dembele's calling for it, crosses in, hits the crossbar. Oh my, this is how we're starting? Okay. The back and forth didn't stop there because on the very next counterattack, Iniesta would give Spain a 1-0 lead. Is Zidane's red card about to cost them another game? Wow, this is crazy. France could have equalized moments later in what would have been one of the nicest goals of the tournament if not for Unai Simon, but right before the halftime whistle would be heard, Mbappe's shot would fall right into Henry's feet, who levels the game at 1 apiece. All I'm saying is the second half better be as good as the first half because that was unbelievable. The momentum seems to have shifted as Spain would start the second half flat-footed, and they would be punished for it as Henry finds the back of the net once again. Titi just bodied someone. I don't know who that was. I think it was Pedro Porro. But anyways, how does Spain respond now? The answer to that question is pretty quickly, but Magnan is there to keep the ball out of the net. Oh my god, Xavi, how do you miss that? That's crazy. But Spain would have one final chance to force extra time. There is no way. Wait. Nah, there is no way Spain have just fumbled that.
Welcome everyone, the moment we've all been anticipating is finally here. It's England versus Italy, and the winner will move on to face France in the finals.
This game would be as back and forth as you would expect. Both with plenty of opportunities to take an early lead, but both also capable of remaining defensively sound. However, despite no goals being scored in the first half, England would be the first to break the deadlock.
This looks very promising. Oh, he's done it!
And before Italy could answer back, they would find themselves on the wrong end of a counterattack and suddenly down by 2 goals. Maldini has gotten cooked twice now. That's not what I expected. With how back and forth this game has been, it was only a matter of time before Italy got on the score sheet. Now he's actually sent Rio to the shops, hit him with a little shoulder dip. What a goal. Italy had a couple opportunities to equalize, but Pickford would shut them down and Bellingham would confirm their spot in the finals moments later. They get the revenge for 2020, but can they win it now? One of these teams is 90 minutes away from lifting the trophy, and the fans would be in for a treat because within the first 15 minutes, England would take a 1-0 lead. They need to go for a second goal now. 1 is not enough against France. This game, however, would end up having a controversial moment that left everyone a bit confused. A ref has just pointed to the penalty spot, and I have no idea why. What happened? Huh? How's that a penalty? Zidane is taking it. Pickford! That is justice right there. However, France wouldn't let this affect them as they kept pressuring England, and right before halftime, Ribery would level the game. Now we're gonna find out who really wants it more. In the second half, physicality, intensity, and goalkeeping were all on display as fans watched both teams have opportunities to win the game. However, with the score still tied after extra time, we would need penalties to settle the draw. Is it coming home to England, or is France going to run away with it? Zidane is up first. Ooh, Pickford almost got to that one. Beckham is up next. Where is he going? top right. What a penalty. Mbappe, where is he going? Left, right. It's right. Pickford did not even move. Rooney is up next to level it. What a terrible penalty. TT's up next. It's in! After Charlton and Ginola scored their penalties, it's up to Saka to extend the game. England still have a chance, but he needs to score. Oh, for a second, I thought he missed. Pickford needs a save now to extend the game. He can't! Ribéry has converted his penalty and France have won the Euros.